you look a little bit disappointed.
Not really. I'm just tired, like everybody else. But yeah, one last day to Madrid.
This was one of the big opportunities to gain time on Jonas Vingegaard. Can you tell us how the climb went for you?
I mean, it was quite steep at the first part. It was really hard. And then the second part was super windy, so nobody really wanted to spend more. So yeah, it was a tricky climb, and in the end, we almost arrived all together. Just some guys have a bit better sprint than the others.
But in the beginning of the climb, you let a little gap. Was it about like not having the legs, or was it just smart to take your own pace?
Nah, they were attacking quite hard, and I knew it was not a sustainable pace for them, so I just put my pace, and I knew I would get him back.
João, just describe this climb. It looks almost Mont Ventoux-like, and those strong winds today.
Yeah, today was really super windy actually, and we were always changing direction, so sometimes it was headwind, sometimes it was crosswind, sometimes tailwind, so yeah, it was that nice actually. Just a pity that everything is dark from the fires a few weeks ago, so also say chapeau to all the fire people. That's protect the place and the houses.
Now we'll ask again. I mean, clearly today you were isolated really early on. Jonas, I think, still had Tulit with him, and at one point, Kuss, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Was that a danger? Was that, Soler attacking in the previous days, Vine and such?
If you see, the climb was quite hard, so after a little bit, I think we're all by ourselves, and I think it didn't change much.
Any weakness you saw in your rival, Jonas?
He was not looking super, but I didn't as well, so I think we're all a little bit in the same boat.
At 3.5 Ks, you were talking to Jonas. What did you tell him?
Just the usual conversation.
What you had for dinner tonight?
What?
You were telling him what you were having for dinner tonight.
No, I was just telling him like the wind was quite strong, and that was it. Nothing special.
João, a word on the TT tomorrow. As far as I'm concerned, you're up 4-3 on Jonas in the head-to-head. Do you feel like you can gain time tomorrow?
Well, let's find out. Let's find out. We can only wait to see, right?
But looking at the parcours and the current shape of both of you, what are your thoughts?
We'll see how the legs are tomorrow. Normally, I think we should be quite similar. Nothing crazy. Maybe one of us have a bad day, and maybe there's a huge loss. I hope it's not me, but I just hope for good legs tomorrow.
Could you have wished for another parcours? Would you rather climb against Jonas or be on the flats?
Whatever. Doesn't really change much, to be honest.
João, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Krisha, what did we learn today?
That all the guys up there are about as strong as each other uphill.
What would you make of UAE? I mean, they were weak pretty on. They were weak and down men to support João. Is that kind of their main weakness in this Vuelta?
Yeah, but I think it's João was alone on a climb of 12%, so that doesn't make the big difference. And of course, if Jonas would have had the legs, he would have attacked him there, but it wasn't possible apparently today.
How much did the wind, this kind of exposed climb, play a factor in the attacks or not having attacks?
Yeah, I mean, in the end, for sure, they knew it was super windy, especially on the last straight. That, if you arrive there fully on the limit, you could also have a backlash on that, and for sure it might have held the sun back a little bit. That's why they stayed together for such a long time. But in the end, it is what it is. Jonas took a few seconds on João, and we have to call it a good day.
Grisha, are you broadly happy with the situation? If I'd have offered you this a week ago, would you have taken it?
Yeah, I mean, we would like to be in the jersey by 5 minutes and being able to say the Vuelta is already over. That's certainly not the case. There's a hard TT tomorrow. There's a very hard stage on Saturday. But it is what it is, and we take being in the jersey by, I guess now 50 seconds or something like that. So for sure we take that.
And this morning we weren't sure whether we were going to have more disruption. Is that making things difficult for you, that you're having to plan for other scenarios?
Yeah, it makes things especially difficult for the riders. I mean, in the team car we can adapt to different scenarios, but telling the riders with 20k to go, the finish is not at the finish line, but it's at 8 kilometers like yesterday. I mean, they all take it in a good way, but that's of course complicated for the guys when they are racing with a heart rate of 200. But I think it is what it is. I think the Vuelta organizers, they try their utmost best to keep it safe, to have it a safe race for the riders. I'm happy we raced today without incidents, and I'm hoping, I'm praying that we can go on like this to Madrid.
Talking of accepting scenarios, would you accept status quo tomorrow if they finish on exactly the same time, or are you aiming higher than that?
Yeah, for sure I would accept that, but also in the TT the goal is for Jonas to do a good time trial, and then we will see further. But I think when we can keep this status quo now, we have to be happy.
Thanks, appreciate it. Thanks.